Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the Ginja and Bo Podcast. We have here your hosts, Lemois, Bo, and also Ginja,
Also, Ginger, I'm here. Yes, hello.
and he's there.
I am here.
And he's just there. No, I'm joking, of course. The Great Ginja, or I don't know, something like that.
I'm used to people just being like, yeah, all these amazing people, and he's here.
Him, and he's here. Oh boy. Anyway, how are you doing?
Good. I'm a lot less tired than I usually am, which is surprising. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
It's great. I've had
That's not
loads
fun.
of 5 a.m. shifts recently. It's great. And I've got another one tomorrow, but it's fine. I'm doing fine.
That's cool. Yeah.
To be honest, actually, the 5 a.m. shifts aren't too bad because the work's a lot easier, and also it means I have longer in the day to play games.
It is true. Like you're giving up on sleep, though.
Yes.
Like how much do you sleep at night?
I mean, I get into bed around 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so 10.
10 till
So
5,
when you get
which is so 7
11,
hours
12.
technically.
Yeah.
But I don't fall asleep at 10 o'clock. It'll probably be nearer at 11 or 12 till I actually fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
So
Eh.
I'm getting about as much as an adult's expected. Not like that they should get, but what most adults probably
Well,
actually
you should get 8 hours. And
Yeah,
8 hours sleep.
But I feel like most people these days probably only get about 5 normally.
I mean, I managed to map my schedule so I get 8 hours sleep.
Oh.
I'm using I find it really helpful. It's the what's it called? iPhone Health app.
Mm-hmm.
There's a subsection for sleep,
Okay.
and it basically shuts off all your iPhone functions when there's your sleep time. Like it puts it in like an Uber rest mode.
Okay.
So yeah, and it wakes you up with a calming alarm.
Oh yeah, I
in the
think I
morning.
used to use that at uni. The problem I have is that sometimes my shifts start at 5 a.m, sometimes they start at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Or those my
Oh,
usual
and
start
therefore
times.
it's till when?
Like 4 till 10 p.m.
Uh,
So the problem is I can't have a completely consistent sleep schedule because
yeah.
sometimes I don't finish work till 10. Sometimes I need to be asleep by about 10. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of
So when how far away is the place
like
from your house?
a 5-minute walk, if that.
Oh, at least it's close.
Yeah,
At least
it's
close.
it's ridiculously close.
That's
Like
handy. That's always nice.
where I used to live when we were both at uni, probably from like that house to the Greggs and back, if that.
Yeah. Oh, that's super close.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like yeah, the Greggs and then back again. So yeah, it takes me hardly any time at all together.
For any foreign viewers, that if we have any, a Greggs in the UK is something I had to find out what it was. I had no idea before I went to the UK. Is it's a bakery, but it's not a. That's the thing with Greggs. It's not a bakery because
It's a fast food bakery sort of
yeah,
vibe.
but it's not a bakery because they don't make bread.
True.
So basically, they do stuff like sausage roll.
Yeah, pastries.
That's not very. Yeah, they do pastries stuff. They do mainly stuff with puff pastry actually because. Yeah, they do stuff that isn't puff. Well, they do sandwiches and sweet stuff, which is like donuts and shit like that.
I miss Greggs. I mean, I used to eat way too often at Greggs. I don't think I actually ever had one till I went up to uni, because where I live, like now, there are Greggs around, but not many.
Yeah.
There's like one in the entire I live near a pretty big city, and it's like there's like one, maybe two. Whereas where we were at uni, there was like 3 or 4 that I knew of, if not more.
There are. Well, I must say that there is a big There's way less in the south. When I
Yeah.
moved from the north to the south, I noticed there was a big difference.
Oh, there's a great meme where it's like you can tell where the north-south divide is in the country by mapping out
Based on
how
the
many
number,
Greggs,
yeah.
like the density of number of Greggs.
Yeah, like I don't know. I used to have so in London where I used to go to the place I used to go every day.
Mm.
There used to be a Gregg right outside, but I always was tempted, but I still didn't go
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. A lot of the time I think, oh, I would like to go for one, but well, first of all, I'd never be there at lunch
Mm-hmm.
time, and anyway, even if probably I don't know, I always tend to, that's the thing when I go, I always feel bad when I go to like not a fast food place, but like I eat even takeaway or stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I always feel bad because I'm like, well, I buy stuff at home and
Yeah.
I could easily cook for myself. I know it's nice, but it's also healthier if I eat at home, and also I'm paying less,
Mm-hmm.
so I also don't want to waste money. So I always feel bad, so I end up never going.
I used to try and save it for if I was like on campus all day. I mean, I do it a lot more, but if I was on campus and I wanted like a decent amount of food for the day, it worked out quite cheaply. I mean, not as cheap as if I made food myself, obviously, but compared to going anywhere else, because you get like one of those quite big sandwiches, either at a bottle of soft drink or like a coffee. And if you had your student card, either like a free pastry or like either a free like savoury or sweet pastry for £3. And I like, well, actually, that's pretty decent when you consider if you're buying a takeaway coffee from anywhere, that's like £2 to £3 anyway. And then you get like the sandwich and the pastry on top of that.
I know, but it also makes me think, well, what the hell is in those pastries for
I
it to
mean,
cost so little?
We don't ask those questions.
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest, I don't actually think there's anything that bad in them from what I'm like, they're not the healthiest of things, but
Oh no, of course, but that's why whenever I go, I always tend to get sweet stuff because I know well, it's a bit better. But
the thing is, it's not necessarily that there's anything bad in them. It's just that they're all like mass produced at once to make them cheaper, and then they're frozen, and then they just get warmed up. Basically, is what I'd imagine happens.
I'm probably that. Yeah. No, I agree. They're definitely.
I'm now looking it up to see what the like actual ingredients are in
a Gregg's.
Ooh,
in a Gregg.
I've looked up how much is like the calories and stuff for a sausage roll and stuff.
Oh, tell me, please.
Okay.
Tell me.
Wait, do or don't?
Do.
All right, try and guess.
So I feel good for not having.
How many calories do you think there are in one sausage roll?
In one sausage roll?
Yeah.
In a sausage roll?
Yes. What do you think?
300.
Oh,
and I'm shooting high.
You're close, actually.
Really?
329.
Oh, see.
So you did. That's pretty decent. You got
well,
very close.
Considering it's baked, are they fried? They're not fried. No, it's puff pastry, so they're baked. So,
but how much fat do you think's in one?
Fat? Well, you need to consider it's puff pastry, so there's butter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a load of butter in puff pastry. There's egg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's not a lot. That's more protein, but then there's the sausage, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
Fat? I had no idea.
22 grams of fat, which is 31% of your recommended fat in a day.
Jesus.
And then like 60% of your saturates, 27% of your salt, but no sugar apparently. So healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, they're sugar free.
I'm trying to see if you can
In
like
a
find the
sausage
actual
roll.
like ingredients. I'm curious if it says stuff. You know how like sometimes you get like 100% pork, but sometimes it's like 80% pork, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is it in the rest of it?
Well, that's the thing you don't want to know. It's
That is
usually like
true.
emulsers and
Yeah.
chemicals.
Okay.
Or stuff that makes it more dense, or
Yeah.
enrichers, just straight up saturated fat.
Actually, I just remember the last time I had a Gregg actually was in December, so not that long ago. When I went up, I got up.
3 months ago.
I went up to York to get not York. I'm talking about. I went up to the city. I'm tired. Went up to the city to get my eyes tested, and then afterwards I was just walking back, and there was no one in the Gregg. So I thought, you know what, it's lunchtime. I want to buy some food.
Yeah.
So the first
Yeah,
time
that's
I
fair
went
enough.
anywhere, I thought, you know what, I've not been up to the city since the lockdown, so I went there. I bought a new book because a book I've been wanting was in the shop window, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get this.
Is it Harry Potter and the super gay we love each other?
No,
I'm joking.
it's not Harry Potter. I mean, also, I thought you were going to say Cursed Child, and I was going to be like, hell no, I've heard that is really bad.
I mean, I don't care. It's Harry Potter. It's a book for kids.
Technically, it's not even it's a play that they released.
I know, yeah, it's not even a book. It's a play.
But I have lots
the...
of friends who've read it, and it basically they were like, it's kind of reads like a fan fiction, and a really bad one at that. I can't say for sure. Well, the bits I heard from it were like, this does not sound good. I know what I got.
But yeah.
I got Ready Player 2.
Oh yeah, I saw a review. They said it's dreadful.
It's not dreadful. It's not as good as the original.
It's bad.
It's not as good as Ready Player 1.
Does he have cyber sex?
Yeah, but he had that in the first one as well.
Really? They didn't have cyber sex.
In the book?
Do they have cyber sex in the book?
Yeah. It's like
Does he put his USB into his her USB?
So it's not. So in like I don't know if you see the films or not.
I've seen the movie.
So in the movie, they very much they don't go into any of that stuff. But like at one,
well, they just touch each other in awkward positions.
Yeah.
And you're a bit like,
but like at one point, there's like a whole big section of basically like when he moves out of the stacks, because he got like the clues or whatever first. He ended up getting loads of money.
Okay.
So he was like quite rich. So he like got his own place. So this was after like the girls stopped talking to him in the books. He bought like all of the highest tech stuff there was, and yeah, he admitted that like, yeah, I bought all of that sort of thing, and he did it on the computer or with a computer.
He did cyber sex.
Yeah.
Well,
and then in the next book, like I'm not sure if you want me to spoil it or not.
I don't care.
In the next book, so it's all about the Halliday or whatever his name was. Has created this sort of system. It's like the Oasis goggles, but it like you're fully immersed. Like you feel everything. You can taste things. Like you can literally relive other people's experiences, like even the emotions. So obviously, that's what it gets used for. Used for literally, like that's the thing. It's like you can literally be and do anything you want. So people do. But no, the second book, I know. Compared to I would recommend reading the first book at least, because the film and the book are almost completely separate things. Like very.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, because I read the books, then rewatched the first film, and I was just a bit there, just like, you can obviously tell it's like the same universe and stuff, but very little like the general like plot is the same of like find the keys, win the competition and stuff, but how they go about like what the challenges are, how they go about doing it, how most of the characters actually behave is very, very different.
Okay, oh that's good.
The book's a lot more niche with like the references and stuff to like the 80s and 90s. There's like the films were very sort of like you knew every reference that was being talked about pretty much.
Oh yeah,
it was very obvious. Whereas it's a lot more obscure, and it makes a lot more sense in the whole sort of like, you need like specialist knowledge to understand how to win the competition and stuff. Whereas in the film, it's a bit like, well, any 90s kid would know half this stuff anyway. But no, the book is very good. I like the books. The second one, is
That's cool.
Not
Yeah.
as it's still pretty decent, but not as good. I'm curious what they'll do with because they are doing a second film, but they'd have to change the plot of the second book quite a bit, because what happened in the film is so much different from the book that you couldn't really follow on with what happens in the second book. It wouldn't properly make any sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's, I don't know. I might give it a read. There's a lot of stuff I want to read, so I'll see. But let's talk a bit about
Hades.
Well, yeah, what our channel is about.
Well, video games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume you'd want to hear about Hades.
Yeah. I mean, any game you've been playing, I want. Well, I do want to hear what do you think about it.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Well, I know you did. You've been messaging
Yeah.
me telling, I really, really like it. So yeah.
But no, yes, Hades was a lot of fun. I wasn't actually expecting to like it as much as I did.
I know.
But yeah, I started it. And I say finished it. I beat the final boss, but you can keep replaying it.
I know. I haven't beat the final boss yet.
Yeah. But it's like with, there's like the whole thing, like you have to talk to people so many times. You would have to get like the full story, you'd have to beat the game X number of times.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I've only beaten it once so far. I've not made it that far because I just got lucky with beating that final boss.
Yeah, I was very close to. Like, I was really, really close, but I need to get it. I need to study some builds that I think can work, or like some weapons I think I find myself like, which I like. So
I got really lucky that I got lots of Zeus ones, so I had all of that. Every time I dashed, a lightning bolt hit the enemies,
the lightning stuff.
And then I had it so it hits twice or something and does extra damage.
Yeah.
So I was doing loads of damage just with dashing. I also had the thing from, is it Hermes, who made me invulnerable while I was dashing. I had like the triple dash. So other than like
you just dash,
a very brief millisecond,
Yeah.
I was actually completely impervious to damage pretty much.
Yeah.
The
triple dash is really good.
So you sort of like triple dash strike, triple dash away, dash strike, and to sort of keep doing that. And I think I also had like my cast gave it the enemy's hangover and stuff like that.
Yeah, hangover is really good too.
Oh, and then I had my cool was Blade Rush or whatever. So the one where you basically you turn into like the red sort of spinny circle thing. Can't be hurt, but you do a shit ton of damage. Yeah. So you just I just dash around for ages, do a few strikes, avoid getting hurt, and then as soon as that's fully charged, you just sort of hover over the baddie, take out about a third of its health in one go.
Yeah, that's. I need to give it. I haven't been playing it in a while, but I might. Well, I don't have my PC right now because I needed to fix a few.
Fair enough.
A few things. Well,
I haven't played it for a couple of days now because I managed to get all the way to the end once, played it a little bit more, and then I kind of stopped. Like, because it's a bit there, just like, even though I'm really enjoying this, I've played it so much.
It gets a bit repetitive.
Yeah,
it does get a bit repetitive.
I think it's the annoyingness of like once you get the hang of it, the first few areas you just fly through in a few seconds. Yeah. But then you get up to like some of the bosses, and you're just like, I can't do this. Yeah. With this build.
Yeah, like also the annoying thing is that the story slows down a lot, I found. Mm-hmm. So if you don't make any progress, the story just, well, you're not getting much, if any, content.
Yeah.
No, still a little bit, but
Well, just
it still does progress.
a lot of like now when I bump into a lot of the gods, they're not really saying anything of interest. They're just sort of saying a very sort of generic thing, and it's like, all right. I didn't realize apparently, like I'd not managed it, but apparently you can romance some of the characters.
You can, yeah, I know.
I don't know if I've locked it because I was trying to romance one of them.
You can romance,
but then I
know who you're gonna romance.
I know. But I was trying to romance him, and it won't even let me give him any of the nectar anymore.
Oh, you need to give them ambrosia.
Oh, that might be...
You know the stuff that you get when that is dropped by the third boss. Mm-hmm. You need to give them that.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna say who you can romance. You can romance. There's your warning. I'm gonna say now. Okay. You can romance Thanatos, god of the dead. Well, death incarnate.
Yeah.
And you can romance Megara.
Yeah.
And really funny, the funniest out of all, you can romance Dusa, which is hilarious because she's just a fucking kid.
I didn't realize you could romance them actually.
You can romance Dusa. It's really fun. I was going for that. I was so sad you can't romance Artemis, because if you give her a few things, she does. It kind of looks like they're flirting with each other, or more like Zag is just giving her gifts, and she's like, "Wait, I don't want gifts. Stop giving me gifts." And if you continue, it's a kind of a funny dynamic. Also, you can romance multiple characters at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm happy because they had Achilles in there. I'm glad they had Patroclus in there as well.
I haven't. Is he in the game?
Yeah, he is.
Oh no, yeah, he is. Yeah,
you find him in Elysium.
Patroclus isn't. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's the depressed one who gives you stuff.
Who's Achilles' boyfriend.
Yeah.
Which is just cute because so many things.
Do they say that?
I have not had them explicitly say it yet, but I feel like they're sort of leading up to basically making it clear they're not just very good friends.
Yeah.
Because so many people, when they try and tell that Greek story, it's like, no, they were definitely just very close friends. It's like, no, they weren't.
I mean, no, okay. Yeah.
You read most
Achilles and
most
with
accurate
Achilles
texts. Well, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's fine. With Achilles and Patroclus, no, I get that they very probably were gay.
Oh yeah.
But like with, I don't know. I don't like when people say, for example, like, I don't know, Gimli and
Legolas.
Gimli and Legolas.
Yeah,
there I'm a bit like.
Yes. Okay.
Well, it's never alluded in any.
There are a lot of things where it's like, okay, you're just adding this in for the sake of it. Like, there's no reason to actually think that they're a couple.
Yeah, like. I always like. There's a lot of people who say it, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, they're gay," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, Tolkien never explicitly stated it."
No.
And the thing I like about Lord of the Rings canon is that it works. Basically, did Tolkien write it, then it's canon. Did he not write it, then it's non-canon. It's really simple. It solves so many issues.
I know the one we disagree on as well is Finn and Poe. I feel like they are, but
I mean, it's never expressed in the series.
I feel like I will feel like the first film, either the way it was written or the way the actors were playing it is like that's the way they wanted it to go, and then they just like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I know.
Is it Isaac something? The guy who plays Poe,
Oscar Isaac.
He was very adamant. Like, no, that's how I was playing it. That's how I want it to be written. But they were like, no.
Yeah.
For me, it's the first film when they meet up again, and he's like, "Oh, you're wearing my jacket and stuff." And the way he just sort of looks at him, looks him up and down, bites his lower lip, and it's like, "It looks good on you." And I'm just like, "Are you telling me he's not flirting with him right there?"
Vabbè, it's just a look. Oh, sorry for all our you listeners who don't speak Italian. Vabbè means how can I translate it? Trying to think. It means like oh well, or like it's just a general
Okay.
thing you say, like hey, okay, or something like that. Okay, but never mind. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, Finn and Paul. I could have been. I wouldn't have minded, honestly. I don't care. But they decide it's not. So
on this of shipping characters to relate it to the other game I've been playing, Persona 5 Royal.
Oh yeah, you where? How far are you into it?
I'm up to Nijima's Palace, so the casino.
Oh, okay. So you're quite.
I'm pretty far now. I think I started playing again like a week ago, and I went from the Bank Palace all the way up to the casino.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, the casino is the best one. It's honestly like my favorite, probably.
I've been skipping a lot of the dialogue that I've already seen, so that's why I'm catching up quite quickly.
Yeah. I don't know. I always like the Persona dialogue.
Yeah, but I've done like a lot of like the scenes where it's just all the gang together. I've done a lot of that 2 or 3 times already. So I was like, I don't need to see it, like all the beach scene stuff. I'm like, I don't need to see the beach scene again. Like the beach scene is good.
Those are the best ones.
No, I'm not saying it's not good. Like it was a really good scene. The first time like I played the game, and even the second time, I watched it without skipping at all.
Yeah.
But the third time I'm a bit hit was like, okay, I'm just going to skip ahead a bit. They added in some new scenes.
But Yusuke, that comes on with the 2 fucking lobs.
They did add a couple of extra like scenes, and like you get the new photos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've got to be really careful with, is every so often just a new thing suddenly like is slipped in.
Yeah.
I'm loving all the scenes, like the scenes with the counselor. I like him. I'm worried how he's going to be related to the rest of the story, though.
Why?
I'm worried he's going to turn out to be a villain or something.
The counselor?
Yeah.
Which one is the counselor? Oh,
Maruki.
What's his face? Maruki. Oh, no.
Okay.
He's not.
I've just finally fully ranked up Akechi's.
I like doing this stuff with Akechi. So, funny story.
Yeah.
You know how you need to do a fight against him to rank him up.
I did that like 2 minutes before I joined the call.
And the final ones rank up automatically. And so wait. You've ranked him up to full, or to the maximum you can rank him up
before the max I can do for now. So I've just done like the bat. He takes you to mementos and challenges you.
Yeah, and challenges you. So the first time I was like, oh fuck me, this fight is so hard, it's impossible. And then I realized I was playing on insanity, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not that hard.
He was really tough, but I was like,
he's tough. He's not easy. Because
he does like the same, to start with, the same 3 attacks and the same 4 attacks. I just managed to work out a strategy that beat him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I had that like elephant persona that reflects physical damage. I had one persona that absorbed bless, one persona that absorbed curse. So I just kept switching between the 3 of them, doing like a little bit of damage, and then he just ended up killing himself pretty much.
If you know what his attacks are, then
which
it's quite easy.
Doesn't take,
because he attacks with bless, curse, and physical.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to realize the pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was at first I thought, so these are his 3 kinds of attacks. I've got to find a persona that can withstand all of them in case he uses one. And I was like, wait, no, he's actually doing the same 3 in the same order. So it doesn't matter. I keep switching my personas, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's the first times I was like a bit taken back. I was like, oh, what the hell is happening? But then I was like, no, this is doable. It's the only place where I save scummed, just because I didn't want to waste the day.
I did. Well, the first time I did it, I didn't realize we were about to get into a fight, so I lost.
Yeah, no,
I
okay.
lost a
the
day.
First
then,
time, yeah.
But then the time afterwards, I was like, no, actually, I'm not going to lose a whole day, or every time I lose to him.
Exactly, like it's the first time I didn't save scum this because I didn't know,
Yeah.
and I hadn't saved right before. But then I was like, oh,
I only needed to reload once though, actually. So.
Oh no, I needed to reload a couple of times.
No,
not much, like only.
So yeah, so after the first fight, I was like, okay, I know the 3 kinds of attacks, and then by the third time, I was like, okay, now I see there's a pattern. Quickly fuse some new personas. I'm already like level 50 already. Like you level up so much quicker in this one.
Okay.
That's what I find,
which is nice
because you have all of like the stuff in Mementos, which like increases your experience and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is true. And you get the. Is insta-kill new, the Ryuji ability?
No. I just don't think it happened as often.
It's nice. It's basically... Well, it's nearly always guaranteed if they're weaker.
Yeah, it used to be if they were quite a bit weak. Like, I... Also, like, in this one, you just had to, like, charge at them to get it to happen. Whereas in the other one, you still had to ambush them each time, which was really annoying and repetitive. Like, get behind the problem. But this one, you can just be, like, bulldozering through the entire floor, and it's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you still get lots of like experience and money, which I don't think you used to get.
Yeah,
you used to get.
Oh yeah,
you used to get personas. If you had the space for them, you used to get the personas, but I don't think you got experience for it. But I really liked Takechi's confidant ranking up. It was fun.
What is it? Oh yeah, it gives you the sleuth ability, which lets you like.
Oh yeah, no, I meant more like I liked his like.
The story.
The story. I thought it was a nice addition.
It's quite fun
because it sort of really builds the whole he's your rival thing, whereas in the original story you hadn't like none of this. It's like, well, he just kind of comes out of nowhere that he's suddenly out to get you and hates you and stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly...
No, I agree. It's definitely really good.
The whole way through, it really seemed like they were flirting. Like, I joke about the other male characters and say that it's like that. And I'm like, okay, no, they're just good friends. The other, like, with Yusuke and, like, Ryuji and stuff, they're just all friends. But with Akechi, there was more going on.
Yeah.
The way...
I mean... Yeah. That's the thing there. It depends. It depends on how you see it. If you are already like pursuing another romance, then no. But if I don't know. I see what you say. There is more. Like it is the one that would make the most sense for there to be a romance between the MC and Akechi. Because it's the
banter is a lot more flirty than it is with other characters, I would say.
I think so. Yeah,
like
definitely.
In one of the first ones, you're making jokes like, "Oh, how about I dress you up and stuff," and then like in another one, it's like you've just gone to the bathhouse together and you're making comments about how you're having a conversation naked and stuff. And I'm just like, this just seems like they're flirting.
It's true. You do go to the bathhouse, then you do go like to have cake together.
You go on loads of like cutesy little dates and stuff, and then he tries to kill you, which is less romantic. But no, I liked the way they sort of built up the rivalry. And it makes rather than because the other one it just sort of seemed a bit forced in, whereas this now it's shown up quite naturally. It kind of gives me a little bit of. Have you seen Death Note?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me.
I know he's light.
It's a light and L sort of dynamic a little bit.
Light and L, yeah.
Which I always like that in animes, especially. Like they always do it. You get the rivalry quite nicely done.
The rivalry. You can't beat the light and L one. That's like.
Oh no, that's top tier. Like that is.
It's so cool.
It is so good. Like you can't like I do love Death Note, and I also do love. If you haven't seen it, I know I bring it up a lot and people get annoyed at me for it, but the Death Note musical is iconic.
it's a musical.
It is like, it shouldn't work.
There shouldn't be a musical?
It shouldn't, but it's surprisingly good. Like, the songs are like really well written, but really sort of capture the essences of the characters.
Sure, but it's a musical.
Okay, well, I like musicals. You may not, but I do.
Yeah, but I do. I enjoy good musicals, but I feel like they try to make a musical out of everything, and I'm like, come on.
But that's the thing, is it? I know it's like trying to make a musical out of everything, but this one surprisingly does work. Like, I mean, they've not done it in English fully yet. They've only done like a concept album of the songs. But even just from that, like, I'll have to get you to listen to some of the songs.
Okay, I have listened to one of them.
Which one?
The introductory one.
Oh,
the opening.
Where is the Justice? Or like
I don't know the name.
intro.
It's the one between what's his face, Rem and.
Oh, They're Only Human.
Yes. Isn't that the opening?
No, that's partway through. So the very first song is "Where Is the Justice," which is not the best. It's just Light having to go at his teacher of like, oh, we should just kill criminals, basically. And the teacher's like, no, the justice system. He's like, well, that's corrupt. Makes some good points, but also it's like, okay, this song is a bit forced.
I get it, but you can't reach the depth that the series had. The series, it's such a slow build up, which is really nice.
They get the depth of some of the stuff in it. Like, I can't remember what the name of the female Shinigami is.
Rem.
They get that in with her sort of relationship with the girl, whose name I've also forgotten because I've not seen Death Note for years.
I can't remember.
But the one that also has a Death Note, her sort of basically how Ren is like in love with her and would literally die for her.
I never got that.
No?
Why is she in love with her? Is that the point in the series?
So there's, I think it's the difference between like the mangas and the animes and stuff. So I believe in the TV show it's a very strong friendship, like, or more like maybe like a sisterly bond, I believe. That's like how it's written, and like that is how it comes across. It's not so much like I'm in love with you. I believe the anime kind of hints that it's like, no, she's like fully in love with her, whereas at the musical it's just like, no doubt that she is in love. So it depends how you interpret it, but I would, from the TV show I watched that, and even in my mind I was like, yeah, I think they're just friends. Like, it's the whole, Ren's never had a friend before in her life, so it's a strong friendship. But
yeah, I don't know. That's one of the weird things about the show. I never really understood, because they don't develop it very much.
No,
I just thought it wouldn't. It's just her and she. The guy, so you remember how she has her own death note? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's that Shinigami who saves her.
There was the Shinigami who was in love with her.
Who was in love with her and saves her, and so he dies, and so the death note is hers. Technically, well, Ren gives it to her. So yeah, and I never got why Rem stuck around, just because it was a bit confusing, because she's not bound to her.
No.
Like Ryuk is. Ryuk is bound to life.
So I can't remember how it's in the show. I know in the musical at least it's the sort of like, especially after seeing like, because I think Rem was friends with this other Shinigami, and she was trying to sort of, when she saw him literally sacrifice himself for love, she was so confused, and she's like, I don't understand why someone would do this. And that's part of why she sticks around. So like in like the first song, it's like in the song you were talking about, Rem singing a lot about just like how she's so fascinated by humans. Like the other guy, I can't remember what the male one's called now. Ryuk. He just wants to mess with people, whereas Rem wants to really understand them. So that's what she does. And so there's another song later, which is the girl singing about how she's in love with Light, even though she's never met him. By this point, she just knows he kills a lot of people, and Rem's just there the whole time, just like, why would you do this stupid stuff for someone you love? And then later on, she sings a song just like, I actually understand it now. Like, I get why you would do this, and I'm willing to do it as well for you. So she sings. She sings a song called like "When Love Comes," and it's heartbreaking. Like just the lyrics and the way the person who sings it does it is really powerful.
Okay, well, I'll give it a look.
Although there's also the song, so there's there's the classic tennis court scene.
Oh, between Elle and Light.
Yeah, they put that to music in the musical, it surprisingly it works.
Oh,
I've also seen so they've not done like an English show, but they've done they've done it in other countries, and I've seen that version, but with the English songs over the top, because I was like, I want to see how they do that scene, and it surprisingly works. They've got like a rotating stage, so you get like the whole dramatic like camera panning angle sort of thing that they did in the show, but it's all on stage, and while they're singing really dramatically and pretending to play tennis, and it's both funny but also actually quite well done. And yeah, they're doing it while singing. So it's like it's somewhat ridiculous because of what's happening, but also it actually looks quite cool. So yeah, I've found like a whole version of the musical on YouTube, which is the Japanese performance but with the English concept album over the top.
Okay.
So yeah. So, like, I've just got the scene of the tennis. They've not got the rotating stage in this one, but it still works really well. Like, the people who sing, like, they managed to find a way to sing like Light and Elle you would imagine. So they're still sort of really in character, but also singing, which just seems ridiculous seeing Elle singing. But it's
exactly. That's another thing that left me a little perplexed.
It's one thing I find with like musicals, like if you like musicals off something more serious, if done well, it can still be amazing, even though it's characters you don't expect to see singing.
Yeah.
So they've done it really well. But yeah, they have that song. They have another sort of like rivalry song. They also have the song like at the end where Light's they're just like, haha, I've got I've got Rem to basically kill you. And again, that's done really well. And you sort of get to see Elle's like mini breakdown of like, shit, I'm not in control of my own actions anymore. I'm going to die. But again, all of that to music, just beautiful. But yeah. I like the Death Note musical.
I'll give it a look. I'll definitely give it. It looks like it's interesting.
Yeah, it's like I like it. And people don't. When I tell people about it, even people who like musicals don't want to give it a chance because even though they love musicals, they think it just sounds too ridiculous. And I agree on the face of it.
There's a million music. Like honestly, I don't mind musicals. My issue with musicals is that I believe the songs all sound the same.
Yeah.
They most musical songs have that. Like the words are different and the concepts are different, but they have just that you can immediately tell a musical song, not by the words, just if you listen to it. Take out the words. If you listen to the music, the instrumental, you can still.
Yeah, there's a certain style that always crops
exactly.
up. I don't even know how I would describe it, but I do know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it, but you do get what I mean.
And they also have the same sort of trope sort of song types as well, a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. I've always been a fan of musicals. I don't mind that they can sometimes be a bit samey.
I don't know, like when you, and my other issue is that there's people go crazy over musicals.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And I'm just there like, oh, come on.
I mean,
like sometimes when I'm watching something. I used to love them as a child, when I was a young teenager. But now, when I go to watch a musical, and it's been like a minute of talking and then they start singing again. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, can you just speak
And
for
like
2 fucking minutes?
like there are shows that are great, but like I don't get obsessed as some people do. Like I went to go see Wicked. Wicked was great.
Oh no, Wicked
Also,
is great, but
people
Wicked is
freak out
like
about
Wicked.
the idea is like a Wicked song comes on. I'm just like, okay, it is very good. I will give you that, but you don't need to get quite this
Oh no, I
insane
agree.
about
I
it.
agree. Like they're good. It's a good musical.
Mhm.
I don't think I think the songs are very good. I don't think it's the best thing about it though. And I don't like it's partially successful because of that. But I think just the concept is what sells people to the musical. Like it's what sold me to watch the musical when I watched it in Broadway. Yes, I've been to Broadway. I went with my mother when I was like 12, I think, and we went on like our last night there. We were like, let's go watch Wicked, and she was like, I'll treat you to Wicked because I know you like musicals, so. And she likes them too, to be fair. So, and like when you watch it in Broadway, it's stunning. Like the work, the stage, the mechanical stage. They have the big mechanical dragon on top that moves, and like it's all this ever shifting stage. It's really good. The setting is amazing. The choreographies are very good, and like, but the best thing is, well, it's not the best thing, but it's a cool thing they explore is the plot. It's a very interesting concept. I don't think the story is amazing, but I think the plot and the concept is good. So I get why it's so successful. Same with stuff like. Well, an interesting one is Chicago, I was going to say. I like the movie. I don't like the stage musical. Because it's literally just number after number after number. And it's way harder to understand the story. Like, same things when I watched Cats. Cats, watch it on stage, you'll never get the plot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think... the movie is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the movie is better. It's bad. But the plot of Cats, I mean, there's barely any plot. But
I've never actually seen Cats, like either the film or the movie.
It's a good musical
show. Yeah,
like, the songs are good.
Yeah,
that's compared to Wicked. I'd a million times listen to the Cats song because I think they're much better. I don't know. It's nice because they talk about each cat and there's a different style to each one of them. And yeah, that's and when you watch it, also the setting very impressive. There are cats in a junkyard, and you see like these like human-sized things, which are human. So it's all human-sized, as if it were a cat world. Very impressive. Really good. Choreography is probably the best things of Cats. And very impressive musical, but it's so confusing. Also because they never speak. It's so confusing. Same with Les Miserables. I think Les Miserables, the movie, is great because you get the plot.
Really?
It's a great movie too. I think it's a good movie.
I have issues with most of the film.
Yeah, I know. You have everyone has issues with Russell Crowe's singing. I think.
Oh no, I disagree. I actually quite like Russell Crowe singing.
Really?
I didn't think he was.
I know
that
people
bad.
shit on him because they say he's flat.
I don't
mind
he sounded
that
like him doing Stars and stuff. I actually
Stars.
thought
I
it
love
sounded
Stars,
quite good.
when he's it's so like
The problems I had with it is you had singers like Hugh Jackman and the woman who played Eponine, who did it on stage, who are both super amazing singers and performers who basically had to tone it down to do it as a film, and it just doesn't sound as good as like I know they can do.
Did they tone it down?
So, especially the woman who played Eponine, I believe, Eponine. Like when she's doing on my own and stuff. Like I saw like a performance of her doing it on stage, and she like fully commits. Like a song like On My Own, you need to belt it to get it across like how the good the song is. but because it's like on a film and stuff, I believe she was literally told you kind of need to tone it down a little bit because it doesn't look right on on film if you're going all musical crazy with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, but her performance just looked and sounded so much better on stage than it did in the film.
Yeah.
And also, yes, same with Hugh Jackman. I don't know what it was about him as the part. I just didn't like how he did it in the film. But I'm like, I feel like if you'd have done this on stage, it would have been phenomenal. Because Hugh Jackman, at the end of the day, is actually a really good Broadway performer. Which I would love how people didn't realise it for years, because obviously he was mostly known for like Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh, but also he's been doing all these other shows at the same time, which not many people know about, even though they were big shows.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen him doing The Boy from Oz? It's The Boy from Oz. It's about some Australian person who apparently was famous. I never heard of them until I saw this film or this musical called Peter Allen. Peter Allen's some sort of performer who wrote a musical about himself, which is surprisingly good.
Okay.
And he's like one of the campest people you'll ever see on stage. This guy, and Hugh Jackman got to play him in one of the shows, and he is absolutely amazing in it. Which is just, it's not the kind of role you'd expect Hugh Jackman to play. But like you'll see this one of the songs is called like Boy Next Door, which is very camp. Hugh Jackman does it, and he's wearing like, I think it's like a leopard print top, like gold shiny trousers and stuff, playing the piano, and it's just you don't expect it from Hugh Jackman, but it's also absolutely amazing. But yeah, like he's a good singer. Like I actually really liked. I finally watched The Greatest Showman the other day, and I thought it was actually really good. I mean, the story was a bit meh, but the songs were amazing.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah, it was what everyone told me about the musical. It was like, the story's a bit rushed and it's not the best, but the songs and the singing is amazing, and I would agree.
Okay. So. Okay.
We've talked about so.
I don't know where I was going with that.
We've talked so little about video games today, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it's fine. I honestly haven't played anything new.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm trying to think if I have played anything. Let me check my Steam life.
No, I think the only things. Yeah.
What have I been playing?
The only things I've played recently have been Persona and Hades, I believe.
We spoke about it. I've been. Restarted watching One Piece, which is a mad quest.
Nice.
There's like 900 episodes.
I've watched a few episodes of One Piece. I really enjoyed it. I never carried on watching it, but I still really liked it. From the few I did see, it just seemed a little bit insane, but I also loved it.
It is, and I realized I had a really old One Piece game on my PS3. So I have my PS3 with me because I'm still not back in the UK, of course, because till they reopen up more stuff, I'm not gonna go back. So I probably will be back like mid-April, something like that.
Did I ever say I actually finally this was ages ago, but I don't think I ever actually mentioned it. I played FDL at the end, which you suggested to me to play.
Oh yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I played it quite a bit. I usually, with games, I don't tend to play multiple games. It's usually very much I'll have one game that I'll play for like a week solid, and then I'll play something else for a week solid. Usually, so that was what I played for ages in the evenings once I was back from work, and I really enjoyed it. It was really difficult. I've still not beaten it. I've made it up to like section 5 or whatever, so I was only like 2 away from the end. Oh wait, no, I got to section 8 once. I was looking at my achievements. So I got really close to the end, but it just suddenly gets really difficult. Wait, no, never mind. That's not my achievements. Those are your achievements. I thought I was looking at my achievement list. I was looking at your achievement list.
Oh, no.
Let's scroll down.
Why? What's so funny about it?
Oh, because I thought I got further than I had, Because I was looking at I actually got to section 5 myself. I scrolled down, I saw the achievement for getting to section 8, so I thought that was my achievement. But I was like, nope, that's yours. So no, I've not done that yet.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. I used to I really enjoyed. I kept giving the characters specific names, which made it far more emotional when I lost one. I usually named them after people I knew, so it then got really emotional. I was like, oh shit, I've just killed one of my best friends. But
I know, I did that too. Then I realized I died too quickly and couldn't.
Yeah,
to do
after
that,
a while, yeah.
Right. Give me a sec. Actually, let's close the podcast now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I need to go.
Fair enough.
I just read it. Right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in this week. As usual, follow Ginja on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ginja_gaming. We are on Spotify and YouTube and other platforms. I don't know. We use an app that places us on all major platforms. Not Apple, sadly, but hopefully we'll get there soon. And yeah, this has been us. Right. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.
Bye.